Welcome, you've tuned into Shiloh's podcast. Today, we're embarking on a really powerful deep dive. We're going to unpack some profound insights from a sermon by Pastor Mercy, exploring themes of spiritual encounters and this big idea of possessing what's rightfully yours. Now, this isn't just about religious doctrine, okay? Pastor Mercy's message, it really offers a framework for vigilance, for inheritance, personal transformation, things that can apply to, well, anyone trying to navigate life with more purpose, I think.
Absolutely.
So our mission today is to pull out those key bits of wisdom from Pastor Mercy and see why they matter.
Yeah, and what's really fascinating, I find, is how Pastor Mercy connects these, spiritual concepts to tangible actions, real-world outcomes.
Right.
Things like personal discipline or how you influence your environment. She interprets these biblical stories not just as history, but almost like a blueprint.
Oh, a blueprint.
Yeah, for not just reacting to life, but actively shaping it.
Yeah.
Strategically shaping it. It's about agency.
Okay, agency. I like that. So let's dive into one of her main concepts then. Gates. Pastor Mercy makes it clear a gate is way more than just, a door or an entrance.
Much more.
She describes them as places of entry and exit, sure, but also sites of judgment, justice, counsel. Even where cries are heard, proclamations made.
Places of significance.
She even mentions that old idea, wisdom cries out at the gates of the city. So from her viewpoint, to influence a city, you have to take its gate. Control its gate.
Exactly. It implies controlling access, decisions, the very essence of the place.
Whether that's a literal city or maybe a sphere of influence or even like a personal habit.
Precisely. Pastor Mercy is sort of reframing gates as these critical points, influence points, maybe vulnerabilities.
Okay.
Personal or communal. Think of them as junctions where access is granted or denied, where values get set.
Right, where the direction gets determined.
Yeah. Which brings us to the next question. What's an encounter in this context?
Good question.
Pastor Mercy presents it as a kind of gift. Something from God, she says, that actually requires preparation to receive.
Preparation.
Interesting. Yeah, and it can show up as a divine visitation. She uses examples like Abraham.
Okay.
And these aren't just random meetups. They're purposeful divine appointments. They often come before big shifts.
So, not chance meetings. They're designed to change something.
That seems to be the idea.
Which leads to where it gets really interesting for me, this whole concept of possessing gates. Pastor Mercy talks about the Hebrew word yarash.
Yarash, yes. It's a rich word.
Very rich. It can mean seize, dispossess, take by force, but also, importantly, to inherit, to be an heir.
That distinction is crucial in her teaching.
It really is. She says possession by force was more of an old covenant thing, physical battles, conquest.
Right.
But possession by inheritance, he argues, that's the new covenant reality because of Jesus Christ. We're co-heirs with him.
So the implication is?
Well, it implies the main battle's won. Our position is one of rightful ownership, not just constant striving and effort.
That shift in agency she describes is really compelling, and the depth of that inheritance. Pastor Mercy illustrates this so well with Abraham's story.
Okay, Abraham again.
Yeah, remember the promise that his descendants would possess the gates of their enemies?
Vaguely, yes.
That came after a really profound, almost harrowing encounter with God, the one on the mountain. That's when he named God Jehovah-Jireh, the Lord will provide.
Right, after the sacrifice incident.
Exactly, a name born from God providing. So Abraham's personal desire for an heir.
Which was huge for him.
Absolutely. It ultimately led to a lineage that, in Pastor Mercy's view, includes all believers, a vast inheritance. It shows how one deep personal encounter, when you really steward it, can unlock something generational.
Okay, so if I'm getting this right, the power to possess isn't just about strength or effort. It's more about how you manage or steward these encounters, how you respond to what's revealed.
Yes. It's a shift from earning to receiving, but it's an active receiving. It requires a response.
Active receiving, I like that.
And Pastor Mercy really drives this home with the story of Rahab. Maybe a surprising example for some.
Rahab, okay. Before Jericho fell.
Exactly. Joshua sends 2 spies in, Rahab, described as a harlot. She encounters these men. Her stewarding of this encounter, hiding them, covering for them, a courageous choice.
Very courageous, given the risk.
Immense risk. It resulted in her whole household being saved when the city fell. She didn't need theological training.
No, she just acted.
She acted on what she'd heard about the God of Israel, and that was critical.
That's amazing. A single decision in that moment changes everything. Pastor Mercy says, Rahab knew the Lord has given you the land. How? Not a direct prophecy, but
because she'd heard the stories.
right. The Red Sea parting, the pillar of fire and cloud.
The reputation preceded them.
So her encounter, based purely on what she heard and how she acted on it, it flipped her whole destiny.
Completely. It wasn't about her past or social standing. It was her response.
Wow.
And connecting this to the bigger picture, Pastor Mercy points out something profound.
What's that?
Rahab. She's actually in the lineage of Jesus.
No way.
Really? Yes. It shows how one person, stewarding their encounter well, can be brought into a lineage they, never had business in, by societal rules, and it affects generations. It underlines that encounters aren't just personal blessings.
They have ripples.
Huge ripples for others, communities, future generations. It's a testament to the impact of one response.
Okay, so bringing this to us today, our lives, our work.
Right.
What does it mean? Pastor Mercy moves from history to, rules of engagement for possessing gates.
Practical application.
She emphasizes that if you want to take a city, achieve a goal, influence something, you need what she calls the presence of God.
Presence is key.
She uses Jericho again. Victory came through praise, worship, specifically the Ark of the Covenant.
The symbol of God's presence.
Exactly.
Yep.
And she warns, pretty starkly, mishandling the presence of the Lord can cause you to lose a city.
Wow. High stakes.
Yeah, highlighting the sacredness, the power involved.
And what's brilliant here is Pastor Mercy's modern application.
Okay.
She explains, in this new covenant framework, we don't need a physical ark anymore. Instead, the idea is we carry that divine presence within us, the Holy Spirit.
Okay, so the responsibility shifts.
Completely. From external things to internal vigilance, personal stewardship. So how we man our gates.
A personal gates.
Yeah, eye gate, what we watch, ear gate, what we listen to, mouth gate, what we say, even skin gate, touch, influence. It all directly reflects how we steward that internal presence. It's about radical personal responsibility for our inner world.
That's powerful and very practical. Pastor Mercy gets specific too. She says, because we carry this presence, we dare not speak something that darkens his counsel.
Meaning,
don't say things that undermine truth or hope. Don't open your eyes to see what you shouldn't. Negativity, harmful stuff.
Guarding the input.
Exactly. She even connects vulgar language to a lack of vocabulary.
Interesting take.
Yeah, urging people to read more, like the Bible, find better ways to express themselves, constructive ways.
So the core idea is?
Guard your gate violently, like a fortress. Keep out the negative, protect that inner presence.
Makes sense. Which raises the question of purpose. Why these encounters?
Right, that's the point.
Pastor Mercy stresses they are for souls and for destinies. God, she says, entrusts them to people he can trust. People who are prepared, alert.
Not those who will just shake it off and go back to sleep.
Exactly. Encounters aren't meant to be forgotten or just satisfy curiosity. They're meant to deepen our hunger for God, propel us to action, and ultimately make us an encounter for others.
Make us an encounter.
Wow.
Yeah, like the woman at the well.
Yeah.
She met Jesus, then immediately told her whole town, drew them to him.
So these moments are a call to engage further, not just a one-off experience.
Precisely. A starting point, not an end point. That idea, becoming an encounter for others, that's really something. And Pastor Mercy says, to do that, don't relax. Don't get complacent.
No complacency.
Instead, stand in the whole armor of God, referencing Ephesians 6.
This spiritual armor passage.
Right. She paints this picture of a watchman, constantly ready, equipped, strategic in prayer.
Not just seeing danger, but knowing how to respond.
Yeah, knowing how to attack, how to engage effectively, being proactive, prepared.
Absolutely. And connecting this to the bigger picture, Pastor Mercy highlights that true encounters demand prayerfulness, real prayerfulness, a willingness to actually sit with the Lord, as she puts it, and ask the big questions. What's on your heart for Great Britain, for Uganda, or for my community, my family?
So it's not passive.
Not at all. It's active seeking, divine strategy, alignment for a wider impact beyond just ourselves.
Finding our place in the bigger story.
Exactly.
So our encounters, they aren't just for our own personal change, they're meant to spread.
That's the core message, I think.
Pastor Mercy emphasizes, when you encounter the Lord so much, you become an encounter to somebody else.
You carry it.
You carry that presence, and people meet that through you. It's not selfish. It's being a witness.
Radiating the transformation.
Yeah.
Creating an opening for others.
Yeah. This deep dive with Pastor Mercy, it's really opened my eyes to that connection. between how we respond to encounters and our ability to possess the gates, influence things.
It all comes back to vigilance, doesn't it?
Deep, prayerful vigilance. Guarding our personal gates, senses, words, heart, and understanding we carry that presence.
Absolutely. Her message encourages us to think about the ripple effect. Our personal journeys, our choices, they matter beyond us. And it's a reminder that encounters should increase our hunger, not satisfy it.
Right. God as the well that never runs dry, as she puts it, always more.
Always inviting deeper engagement.
So here's a final thought to leave you with, straight from Pastor Mercy's message. What if, because you have encountered God, in whatever way that means for you, what if every single person who encounters you from now on also encounters that presence, that wisdom, that peace?
Powerful question.
What if your transformed life, your stewarded encounters, your guarded gates, what if that is the encounter someone else desperately needs right now?
Something to definitely mull over.
Indeed. Something to think about until our next deep dive.